Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. Minnesota Vikings said today Adrian Peterson will fully participate in this week's practices and is expected to start and play Sunday versus the Saints. Peterson inactive yesterday after being indicted Friday on charges of reckless or negligent injury to a child over the weekend. Stick around after the final out. Todd Hollandsworth joins me on the Postgame show. Now back to Len and JD at the friendly confines.
Cap, thank you. Simon says, let's go.
Simon says, hit my splitter.
1 ball, no strikes on Watkins. He was at the plate when Alcantara was caught stealing to win the 4th. Got a big piece of the mask of Evan Mesoraco.
If Devin Mesoraco were walking down the street in street clothes, you would look at him and go, that guy looks like a catcher. He's right out of Central Casting.
Kind of reminds you of the game he had on June 23rd here. And 1 on Watkins.
Yeah, it was a fun night for him. Kind of. That happened.
Got hit twice.
Followed through from Darwin Barney, whacks him on the elbow. There's another hit by pitch.
Walked twice.
It ended well, didn't it?
Grand slam.
Took a licking, but kept on ticking.
1 for 1, 4 RBIs, reached base 5 times. We'll see Darwin Barney this weekend with the Dodgers.
Dodgers just took 2 out of 3 from the Giants. And actually extended their lead 3 games better than the Giants now in the West.
Dodgers are in Denver playing the Rockies. 2-2 bottom 3. It missed by much.
Padres played a little better in the second half of the season, but that's kind of been a 2-team race most of the year out west.
Rockies 2 games better than the Rangers. Say better? Yes, 2 games ahead of Texas. Rangers with the worst record in baseball. As Watkins grounds out to Elmore.
Seems to me like the Nationals and the Dodgers, aside from the records, are the 2 best teams in the National League.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, and boy, the Nationals, they're so good, in kind of every phase of the game. I had to handicap the team coming out of the National League. I think I might lean towards the Nationals.
Would first-year manager Matt Williams be your skipper of the year?
Well, he'd have to be in that conversation, wouldn't he? It's such a hard award to quantify, right?
Absolutely.
Unless you're in that clubhouse every day, you don't know exactly the impact that the manager's having. So generally, you think of guys that maybe their club had a bunch of injuries that they've dealt with. This is, we just threw some candidates together. Bochy is, so good the way he handles his bullpen.
Wood flies out to Hamilton.
Matheny's taking some criticism in St. Louis for the way he's handled his young players, but bottom line, they're a first-place club, and he's had a lot of injuries to deal with. Molina going down for an extended period, and Michael Wacha and others. Clint Hurdle, he's the reigning manager of the year, and his team's right there in the mix. And a guy you bring up from time to time, Mike Redmond, I mean, keeping that club in contention all year, or, hovering around the wild card with his ace going down so early.
It's interesting, the name that's not on this list, and I'm not criticizing the list, but there's some who believe Don Mattingly has the toughest job of all of them.
Well, and the reason why I think Don Mattingly, I mean, he might get it, But he's victimized a little bit by the Bobby Cox syndrome, where there's the payroll, the talent on that team. Everybody goes, well, they should win.
Right.
And that that award, usually the voters kind of lean towards guys who maybe their club has overachieved a little bit. No matter what the Dodgers do this year, they can't overachieve. If they win the World Series, they didn't overachieve.
Right. Coughlin bounces to first. Simon and Wood have both been terrific tonight.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
When you get a Honda Accord, you get more than just a car. You get a soundtrack for your morning commute, a better view of your surroundings, a way to stay connected while staying on track. And you're getting Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for a great price. So start something special at the Accord clearance event, where well-qualified customers can lease a 2014 Accord at $189 a month. Now at your Honda dealer.
Bruce Rauner in his own words.
I am adamantly against raising the minimum wage, against raising the minimum wage, against raising the minimum wage.
Now billionaire Bruce Rauner was caught saying he wants to eliminate the minimum wage completely. Eliminate the minimum wage? Taking thousands of dollars out of the pockets of hard-working families. Did Bruce Rauner really think no one would find out?
After every Cubs game, stay tuned for Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs Postgame Live. Cap and Holly break down the game and take you live to the stadium to hear from Renteria and the players. Cubs Postgame Live after every Cubs game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Catch the Cubs at spring training with your official Cubs vacation package. Each package includes great tickets, first-class hotel accommodations, a special Cubs gift bag, and a private meet and greet with a current Cubs player. For more info or to book your trip, it's 1-800-892-7687. Encouraging outing so far from Travis Wood. So he's only given up 2 hits. He's walked 3. Simon has allowed 4 hits, but has only walked 1. Negron, Frazier, Mesoraco. And a strike. One strike offering is in on a cutter. And it's 1-1. We have located the Billy Hamilton ugliest swing of all time. It's from the Cubs, the Reds and Cubs' first matchup this season in April here at Wrigley Field, as Negron hustling down the line, but is thrown out by Baez. This was against Jeff Samardzija to lead off the game. A sunny but cold day in April.
Just an afterthought swing.
It's not as ugly as I remember it. Now this is an ugly swing.
There's Sir Charles on the right.
Looked like he hit it straight though. Why did he make contact?
I don't know. It's a beautiful thing though.
Rizzo will not have a play as Frazier fouls. Chilly night here at the ballpark.
See, that's the nature of baseball. When you take a swing like Billy Hamilton did, he probably still hears about that in his own clubhouse. Billy, remember that hack you took that day at Wrigley?
Two and one on Frazier. Reds have had the Cubs number. 25-10 against the Cubs the last 2 years. 37-14 over the last 3. Won each of the last 5 season series, including this one, and that one somehow eluded Valbuena's glove. He's been so good down there at third here lately. I think he'd tell you that should have knocked that one down.
This one may have gotten between his body and his glove. Sharply hit by Frazier. Just underneath, yeah. Just didn't get the glove down quickly enough. The Reds have won 19 of the last 22 games in this ballpark between these two clubs.
Rosie scored that yet? Not put hit up on the board. That was a hit, right?
I think it's a hit.
Yeah. Mesoraco hitting .385 against the Cubs this season.
Yeah, this is interesting. The Cubs have the shift on. Last time Mesoraco hit into the shift. Watkins on the third base side of the bag there handled a ground ball pretty much where he's standing, maybe a step or two to his left. So Mesoraco, with the base runner on first, now has the entire right side of the infield wide open.
Yep, this is the Corey Hart shift. Remember when Dale was here, he said there was one particular year Corey Hart was in Milwaukee playing full time, but he hit one ground ball, one all year, to the right side of second base. So those are the kinds of guys you might as well put on a shift against them, like the one the Cubs are employing against Mesoraco.
You know, if the hitter has enough ability with the bat to try to exploit it, this would be the time to do it, because if you can just push one through the right side, you're going to go first to third here. So the advantage gained would be huge. But, you know, we talked to Ricky about this a lot. It's all about the hitter's swing path. It's very difficult to do something that you're not accustomed to doing. And then if that's not your natural swing, do you let it get into your head? Do you look out there and go, oh my goodness, look at that hole on the right side. I should make an adjustment and just try to push the ball the other way. And next thing you know, you've popped up to the pitcher and you're just beating your head against the wall in the dugout, saying, oh, why did I let that affect my approach?
Lined right to Valbuena, so he pulled it to the third baseman. Or out number 2. Yeah, I mean, I think you can overcomplicate it, and I've talked to coaches and pitchers about it. You know, the idea of, do you put on a shift, then do you have to pitch to the shift? And generally, and I think this is the correct answer, is the reason you shift is the data is pulled over, you know, hundreds of at bats, and swing path means a lot, and you don't necessarily pitch away from or into any shift. You just pitch.
Right.
You pitch to the scouting report, and by and large, a guy generally is going to hit the ball where he normally hits it.
And it's funny because you talk to some old-time scouts, and you know, a lot of them are anti-shift, and they'll say, well, you know, the teams are shifting and they're not even pitching the right way to because of the shift, and you know, that's not the theory. Is, as you say, all this data suggests that this guy's going to hit the ball. If he hits it on the ground, it's going to be on this side of the infield, you know, 90% of the time, regardless of whether it's a righty or lefty on the mound. And if the data says otherwise, then you don't put the shift on. If with a left-hander he hits it more one way than the other, or this style of pitcher, a power guy versus a finesse guy, then you don't shift quite as drastically.
Because you can't tell me that certain pitchers don't work the outside corner on Mesoraco. They don't all work in.
Right, no.
But he pulls the ball.
No, you're right. You don't. Pitchers in the modern game, from everything, all the pitching coaches, managers, people I talk to, pitchers aren't pitching to the shift.
Right.
They're doing what they do. The defenders are deployed based on the data that they have in the dugout and when they go over the scouting reports prior to a series.
1-2 on the rookie Rodriguez. Here goes Frazier, and he is going to be out by a mile. Reds they're pretty aggressive on the bases. They make a fair amount of outs on the bases. More on that when we come back. Castillo nails another would-be base stealer.
Charlie, the demand on this network, it is increasing by the second.
It's crazy, huh?
And people are relying on it more than ever. We cover more than 99% of all Americans.
I can't imagine living without it. It's a place where people can come share knowledge and ideas. It's beautiful.
That's deep, Charlie.
My selfie just hit 100 likes. 100!
AT&T is building you a better network.
Huddle up, Bears fans, with me, Chris Bowden, and my partner Dan Jiggets on Bears Huddle. Every week we'll focus on the defensive side of the ball and more. That's Bears Huddle, presented by Tempur-Pedic, Wednesdays at 4:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Heads. Making an important decision?
Well, I want an SUV that I can take camping.
I want something stylish for girls' night out. Well, the RAV4's got a beautiful design and has extra cargo space. So now all you have to decide is which model. Limited.
Shall we? Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2014 RAV4. Or lease RAV4 for just $199 a month.
It all starts at Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back, everybody. We remain scoreless. Bottom of the sixth. Friday, the Cubs play the Dodgers. First pitch 120. First 10,000 fans will receive a Cubs travel blanket presented by United Airlines. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Fastball right down the middle to Javier Baez.
And that's the Kershaw game, right?
Friday? Yep. So Frazier caught stealing to end the top of this inning. One popped him up near home plate. Mesoraco has it. To kind of underscore how aggressive Brian Price's team has been. There's a category under base running on Baseball Reference. Outs on the bases made at home. Runners put out while making a base running play. So, out advancing on a fly ball, attempting to reach another base on a hit. Does not include force plays. The Reds have made 27 outs at home plate. That's the most among all major league teams. So they've been tagged out at home more than anybody else.
Yeah, it's not just Hamilton. I mean, he's turning a lot of guys loose.
16 at second, 10 at third, 27 at home.
Is there like an average?
Yeah, the league average. The National League average is 17. Major League average 16. So yeah, well above average or below average, depending on how you want to look at it. The Astros have made the fewest outs at home, 9. So they are a pretty conservative base running team. The Cubs are too. They've only made 12 outs at home plate.
Yeah, well, you know, and a lot of it is team philosophy. A lot of times it's a, you know, the third base coach maybe being overly aggressive and turning our attention to Gary Jones. I think he's done a great job down there this year, third base for the Cubs.
Well, you can get lost on just on this page alone of Baseball Reference. 2-2 on Rizzo. One away here in the bottom of the 6th in a scoreless tie. And the pitch on the ground towards center. Backhanded play. And Frazier can't dig it out. Negron made a really nice play, but his throw is low. Guessing base hit just because of the difficulty of the play at both ends.
Yeah, I would say so. Off balance after the pop up. Oh, they're going to give Negron an error.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, good throw does get him.
Yeah. Well, and they never give the first baseman an error on that ball. But for me, Frazier's play was easier than Negron's play.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
But if you're going to charge an error there, yeah, that would go to the short throw.
So there's a category on Baseball Reference called run scoring percentage. That is percentage of base runners who score a run. What would you think the major league average is?
Of all base runners,
those who score. Bounce to third. You better hurry.
23%.
Higher.
31.
29% is league average. Cubs near the bottom, 27.
Okay, well, wasn't that far?
No, you were close. Scoreless as we head to the 7th.
Game. Let's do that next inning too.
This is a different kind of airline. One that invented low fares so everyone could fly. One that decides where to go next by putting your needs first. And knows people are its most powerful fuel. Some say we do things differently. We say, why would we do things any other way? Without a heart, it's just a machine.
Jack Link's Jerky presents Hangry Moments.
So that's the vendor request form. We got a few changes from last year. It's the second time this week, Dan.
I'm doing the best I can, Pete.
Jack Link's Jerky, the protein-packed way to feed your wild side.
All right, Bears fans, it's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And when it comes to trucks, stats don't lie. F-150 with EcoBoost has smash-mouth power with efficiency. And with best-in-class payload, boom, F-150 hauls in the Hail Mary. And here's a stat, pal. F-Series has been America's truck for 37 straight years. And that's a dynasty, baby.
Now during the Built Ford Tough Sales event, get an F-150 with $5,750 cash savings plus $1,000 cash plus $1,500 trade assist.
Welcome back. We are scoreless. We head to the 7th. Wednesday, the Cubs wrap up their series with the Reds. Cubs-Reds, Wednesday at 7. Only on Comcast Sports Net. Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs. Daniel Corsino, a rookie right-hander for the Cincinnati Ball Club. Neil Ramirez now will take over for Travis Wood, who was very, very good tonight. 6 scoreless for Wood. Ramirez comes in sporting a 1.38 ERA through 45 games. Struck out 50 men in 39 innings, while walking 15. League hits 174 against him.
like this move a lot. Travis had thrown 98 pitches, but 6 shutout innings for a guy who had been scuffling. Get him out feeling really good about his performance tonight. Got a lot of bullpen.
Yeah,
available.
absolutely. Yep.
Throw some power arms at him, try to get a run and get out of here with a win. So I think the percentage of runners who score conversation is instructive. And I'll tell you why.
Ready?
It's Rodriguez, who was at the plate when the last inning ended, takes ball 1. The range is 26 to 34% this year. What did I say? The average was 29. So it's not that huge a difference between the worst and the best teams in terms of percentage of base runners who score. And what this tells you is you need a lot of base runners. The worst team in baseball, 26% of its base runners score, and that's the Padres. The best team is the Angels. So the point of the exercise is you get a lot of base runners, you'll score runs.
Yeah. Traffic. Yeah, that's why there's such an emphasis on on-base percentage.
Yes. You hear so much now. It's about runners in scoring position. Well, those things change year to year, as the Cardinals can attest. Bottom line is base runners. Balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that's why the Cubs are, down near the bottom of the league in runs scored, despite the fact that they've hit a ton of home runs.
Guess who leads the majors in runs per game?
It's not. Is it the Rockies?
The Angels, 4.89. Guess who scores the fewest? Padres.
Yeah, the Pods.
Rodriguez strikes out. Rockies rank 5th behind LA, the Angels, Detroit, Oakland, and Toronto.
That's in runs per game or percentage?
Runs per game. Rockies lead in OPS. Angels are 4th. Padres are last. Bourgeois, a 1-hopper to short. Baez makes a play.
A little indecisive there by Javi. He started to retreat and then said, nope, it's not going to work. He came and got it on the short hop.
Of Loyola University Chicago men's volleyball team, the NCAA champs, will conduct the stretch coming up as Santiago takes a strike.
These guys are dominant, man. They're always at the top.
Caught by Watkins. Time for the stretch.
Tonight's guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, the national champion Loyola men's volleyball team.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old.
The new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on 200 Limited for $199 a month, or purchase and get $2,000 total cash allowance.
Hey, I fix my heart and my broken bones. If I can't stand up on my own, don't make me stand alone. Lift me up so I can see the light. When the sun goes down, I will lay in your arms tonight. Don't be afraid, your heart's been repaid.
It all comes down to this. Danny Walker at the plate, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Come on, Danny, this is it.
Walker digs in.
Whew. Really wish I could finish this, but I'm so tired. Got to get up in a few hours.
Stream your favorite movies with UVerse high-speed internet. With AT&T, the UVerse revolves around you.
Bottom of the 7th, and still no runs. Strike called on Luis Valbuena. Simon outlasting Travis Wood tonight. Both starters really on their game. Marlins have struck late, leading the Mets now 6-5. And Jacob deGrom, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 13 punch-outs. Here it is. Sinker misses low. Still good velocity, 93. Pretty much where Simon was in the first inning.
Yee
just got hit. Didn't he?
I thought so.
Oh, I think
Adrian Johnson shook his head no.
Well, he looked in the dugout, kind of shook his head like, no, it didn't. How did it not? No, it didn't.
He overcooked the breaking ball. Just that spin kicked it back the other way, and just barely. It's all right. No, Boyne would rather hit a double anyway. It's not going to happen.
2 bounces to Frazier, and he'll step on the bag. Did we mention the error was taken away from? If we didn't, I apologize. From Negron. Rizzo gets a hit at the bottom of the 6th.
That's the right call.
Yep.
Well, this isn't the only scoreless tie in Tampa tonight. Yankees and the Rays are scoreless in the middle of the 8th. White Sox shutting out the Royals 3-0 in the 7th. Danks and Shields. Nationals shutting out the Braves 4-0. Make it 4-1.
So the Royals just lost 3 out of 4 against the Red Sox at home, and now, as you mentioned, trailing another team that's well under 500, the White Sox. 2-0 on Wellington Castillo. Manny Parra in the Cincy bullpen. Looking for something he can turn on here. Deep breath by Simon. Here's a 2-0 pitch. He got one and he missed it.
Good lively heater with action moving in on Castillo, but that's the kind of swing you like to see in a hitter's count. Let it eat.
That's what a sinking fastball can do. Not a good throw by Elmore, but Frazier.
Yeah, we might get a challenge here. It looked like Frazier may have come off the base there to handle that throw.
Ricky will head out. Has not used a challenge tonight. This might be a good spot for it here in the 7th inning. That is Mike Everett over at first. Let's see.
More. And the Goose's one there, and that one looked like he was okay. Yeah. Ball and glove, foot still on the base. You're now free to mark your scorebook.
Alcantara with 2 outs. What's the thing on the internet? Is it Vine? Where just like it's video, it's 5 seconds, just keeps going over and over and over and over and over. This is if you had like in the baseball dictionary what a sinking fastball does. This is it right here. That's what every sinker baller wants. That ball just to catch the bottom of the bat and a little
late dip.
Easy bouncer to short.
Big Daddy Rick Russell, man, he was so proficient at that. That ball would just fade right on top of home plate. Boom, boom, boom.
Splitter is outside 1-2. As we talked about a couple of weeks ago, that has been Alcantara's kryptonite with 2 strikes, splitters and changeups, and certainly the Reds are aware of that. Another one, this one lifted to left, and Bourgeois makes the catch. Alfredo Simon is dealing. So is the Cubs pitching staff. Scoreless after 7.
Add security to your home with Cooper Lighting. This fluorescent jelly jar light turns on at dusk and off at dawn. Only $13.95. This twin halogen security light includes 2 150-watt bulbs, available in bronze or white, just $14.99 each. Update your home and save energy with Chamber Door. The Century Full View features a 2-inch aluminum frame, and the Hampton has a 1-inch wood core frame. Available with brass or nickel hardware and keyed lock. Just $199 each.
Save big money at Menards.
Live a full life. The Lexus CT Hybrid with an EPA estimated 42 mpg. The further you go, the more interesting it gets. Lease the 2014 CT 200H for $299 a month for 27 months. See your Lexus dealer.
What does T-Mobile have that AT&T doesn't? Get 4 lines for just $100. With unlimited talk, text, and now up to 10 gigabytes of 4G LTE data. So much for AT&T's best ever family pricing. T-Mobile's got 4 lines for $100. Up to 10 gigabytes of 4G LTE data. So make the switch to T-Mobile. We'll even buy you out of your service contract. So you can get 4 lines for $100 today.
As promised earlier in the broadcast, we have our AT&T fan photo of the game. Brought to you by AT&T. Might have been on a warmer day.
Pretty good chance.
Pedro Strop is now working in the 8th. His 60th appearance.
Overpowering stuff. Better than a strikeout per inning and a .229 ERA for Strop. Tough to hit. Just a 183 average against him.
Elmore fouls. It's like Simon is done. Brian Pena has a bat on deck. We saw tonight was the first half Alfredo Simon. Bounding ball is short. Baez to Rizzo.
It's going to be Donald Lutz instead. He was the Mad Hatter. He was the guy that, if you were with us earlier when we had that picture up of the rookie hazing ritual. Billy Hamilton as My Little Pony. Donald Lutz was the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland.
Lutz,
there you go.
Pretty interesting story. He was born in Watertown, New York, but family moved to Germany when he was 1. He lives in Regensburg, Germany. Product of Major League Baseball's European Academy. Alex Liddy was the first product of that academy. What's the second?
Liddy? Yeah, well, Army baby, right? Watertown. There's a Army base in Watertown, so I bet it was an Army baby, and then moved to Germany.
He didn't get into baseball until he was a teenager. He played hockey as a child. He's the first German-developed major league player. 95 from Strop, but it missed 1-1.
I wouldn't want him chasing me into the corner on skates. It's a big man.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. JD, was that a change?
That was some kind of a let up.
That was not a slider.
No, that was. He throws the occasional split, but
I like it. Quick pitch that time. Let's get a better look here. Yeah, it's a changeup.
Changeup, yeah, circle change kind of thing. Turns it over a little bit.
Oh, Pedro, I'm liking it. That time the slider, which is normally his out pitch. That's his best weapon once he gets ahead in the count.
It has been a quiet night. 8 hits total in this ball game.
Another changeup. Well, Hamilton knows the deal. He's thinking, okay, just get on. Whether I walk, bunt, hit, whatever, I'm going to steal second, and then Negron's going to knock me in. We're going to win 1-0. So 2 outs, 8th inning doesn't feel like a big threat, but if you let Hamilton on, there's a decent chance he's going to be in scoring position. 3-0.
So you got to, this is one of those situations where you're telling yourself whatever you do, don't walk them. You put that negative thought in your head, and all of a sudden you can't find the strike zone. Try to aim that one.
So second time Hamilton has walked in this game. He was eliminated on a 1-6-3 double play ball in the first. And I don't think there's any question he'll be on the move here at some point.
Yeah, and I would, so you might think, well, pitch out, but I wouldn't want to get into a hitter's count against DeGrom here. You've got 2 outs in the inning. You still feel like you have a favorable matchup with Strop out there against DeGrom. So, for me, I don't pitch out. And I wouldn't want Strop to get too distracted by Hamilton over there at first base. Obviously, you have to pay attention to him.
Big towards second, ball 1.
Losing focus on the hitter, it's just not worth it with Hamilton there on their first base. With 2 outs, now if there's 1 out, they got a much better chance of putting an inning together. So you have to be even more mindful of Hamilton. But with 2 outs, most of your focus should be on the hitter here, less so on the base runner. Couple shots over there. Just tighten them up a little bit. Castillo's really been throwing the ball well lately.
Well, the other way to look at it, you could pitch out back-to-back here. He's going to run, right? Is there any doubt he's going to run?
Not in my mind.
Deep right center. Alcantara back. He's got it. Ooh, that hurt. He banged right into the bricks, but he made the catch.
That's a game saver.
Is it ever? Well, as he just found out, there is no padding behind the green stuff, but what a play by the converted infielder.
What are you doing? Pull up! We're too low!
I know, but isn't Wisconsin beautiful in the fall? Hiking in the cool, crisp air, so many pretty fall colors.
We're too low, Roger! The trees!
You can call me Kareem if you want.
Kareem? We're too low, Kareem!
Did you know I won my first NBA championship here?
You're out of your mind!
I know. Why did I ever leave this place?
You were young.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long. With no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
The banquet bottle is a piece of our history. That's because it's filled with over 140 years of Rocky Mountain tradition. We'll drink to that. Coors, the banquet beer.
With great power comes legendary capability. Get $500 celebration event bonus cash for a total cash allowance of $2,000 on select Jeep Cherokee models.
The Bears page on CSNChicago.com.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Sportsnet Central update. Cubs today named Chris Bryant their minor league player of the year and Jen Ho-Tsang their minor league pitcher of the year. Bryant, .325 with 43 bombs between AA and AAA, while the 19-year-old Tsang 6-1 with a sparkling .240 ERA for Class A and Midwest League champ Kane County. Stick around after the final out. Holly joins me on the postgame show. I'm back to Len and JD at Wrigley.
Thanks, Cap. What a play. Our Xfinity high-speed action.
And DeGrom really lays into it. A great jump, great read, and heck of a play by Arismendi Alcantara. Look at the concentration. He knows he's running short on time there as the wall approaches. Disappears into the ivy. Big time play.
There's Manny Parra, and he's going to face some pinch hitters here. Starting with former Red Chris Valleca, Mike Alt is on deck. Chris fouls away.
Parra in his second season with the Reds, former starter. All in relief with Cincinnati last year and this 57 appearances last year. He saw 51 so far this season. ERA about a run and a half higher this year than last.
One and one. We're in the 8th. Nothing. Simon 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs. Travis Wood 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs.
When you got to the ballpark today, it was cool, gloomy, overcast. It felt like a pitcher's day, and it has proven to be a pitcher's night.
Two and one. The pitch. Ground ball. Knocked down. Santiago makes the play. I mean, he was hugging the line. He was bear hugging the line.
Yeah, there was no way you were going to sneak one down the line there. No doubles, guarding the line, and I mean, just a little shuffle to his right, and his right foot was on the third baseline.
Could I say he was cuddling the line?
You feel free.
Another pinch hitter. It's Alt. The count.
Holt from New Haven, Connecticut, played his college ball at UConn.
The high school team won the state title 2006. He played shortstop in college at UConn. Was their all-time home run leader when he left, 44. Count now 3-2. Coughlin on deck. Well, they've got their closer up in the bullpen, trying to scratch out a run here in the 8th and get Rondon to the mound in the 9th. Looks like Hector will pitch either way. He'll save a win or a tie. Like Alcantara's okay as he really banged hard into the wall on that catch. Ball 4. This is the one thing the Cubs kind of lack, and that is a guy with really good speed off the bench. For a while it was Tony Campana. So yeah, they don't really have any burners. Coughlin.
I guess earlier in the year, Bonifacio was the guy who could have come off the bench and maybe stolen a base for you, but he was typically in the lineup.
Yeah, he probably already would have been in.
Those are the type of, when you get ready to win, those difference makers. If they're a luxury, but you like to have them when you got, you're a contending club. Now, ideally, you have more than a one-dimensional guy. You got a guy that can play the game a little bit and also pinch run and steal a base for you.
Jacob Hanneman leading the organization with 37 stolen bases this year. Matt Caesar with 30 at the AAA. So I guess Caesar's kind of the guy if you wanted to use somebody in this spot as Coughlin lifts in the air. Shallow left. Catch made by Elmore, the shortstop.
Looking for a place to meet friends before or after the game? How about the Captain Morgan Club here at Wrigley Field with more than 40 flat screens, great food, and Wrigley's largest outdoor patio? It's the place to meet. Come celebrate a Cubs win and join us for the Captain Morgan Club post-game party featuring great music and Wrigley's friendliest staff. For more information, including specials and private party options, call 773-404-4750.
Pedro Villarreal is going to spell para when we come back.
It's here, Ford's Great American Tailgate Event, featuring America's best-selling brand. Introducing Ford Edge, Explorer, Escape, and the 2015 Ford Expedition, all powered by EcoBoost technology. Hurry in to Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. Now save on most Ford SUVs and crossovers with 0% financing for 72 months and pay no interest for 6 years.
That looks good.
Yeah, I gotta eat right this fall. I'm doing Crop Fit.
What's Crop Fit?
Hardcore fitness based on 19th century farming practices.
Pick the pumpkin! Pick it, pick it, pick it, pick it! Hold the plow, son. That's it. Grab the apple. Grab it, grab it, grab it. I know it's a barn raiser.
This is not a one-man job! That sounds intense.
That's one word for it.
However you stay fit this fall, start at Subway. Lots of great tasting low-fat sandwiches like the Subway Club with ham, turkey, and roast beef. Subway, eat fresh.
When you get a Honda Accord, you get more than just a car. You get a soundtrack for your morning commute, a better view of your surroundings, a way to stay connected while staying on track. And you're getting Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for a great price. So start something special at the Accord clearance event, where well-qualified customers can lease a 2014 Accord at $189 a month. Now at your Honda dealer.
Matchup time for the Cincinnati Reds. Pedro Villarreal is on to face Javi Baez with Mike Alt at first. 2 outs here in the last of the 8th.
Yeah, limited work here at the big league level this year. He's working for the 7th time. So far the number's solid. 6-2 at AAA with a 3.20 ERA. 42 appearances, a couple of starts. Done a fair bit of starting throughout his minor league career, but this year just about all of it in relief in AAA, and all 6 appearances make it 7 now here at the big league level. Fastball, and he'll cut it. Slider and a changeup.
And the pitch to Baez in on his hands for ball 1. The slider.
See the front side leak a little bit. I guess if there'd be one word to describe Javi here, well, there's multiple words, but over anxious comes to mind.
I didn't mean to. Oh. The bat broke at the handle, and the fan got hit, but looks like she's all right. By the ball that went the other way.
See that movement running in on him, way down near the hands. A little check swing.
So 1-2 on Baez. Bolt with a short lead over there at first, held on by Frazier. Here's the pitch. Bounced it, and it's 2-2.
Baez 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball well his first time up. And flew out deep to center field. Then a strikeout to pop up to the catcher in foul territory. Not a base stealer. His priority here is to make sure he gets a good secondary, good jump, give himself a chance to score on an extra base hit.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Villarreal has his sign from his catcher. And the pitch. It's bat twice. Ball came back up, and on the follow through hit it again.
Slider down below the knees.
Swing and a foul.
It's a situation here where in recent games some clubs have taken a shot with the inside fastball. That's not their plan.
Got him on the slider to end the inning, so that'll take us to the 9th. Still 0-0.
You might have noticed things are looking pretty good at Southwest. Our dazzling smiles, our incredible good looks, our new ride, and some shiny new nonstops ready for takeoff. You're going to need more reasons to travel because flying new nonstops on Southwest is looking pretty good. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
This might just look like snow. To us, it's an essential part of the next batch of Coors Banquet. That's because we brew our beer with only pure Rocky Mountain water. Coors, the banquet beer.
Enjoy premium taste with Chili's Top Shelf Enchiladas. Check out our jalapeno barbecue chicken or beef short rib enchiladas. Handmade with fresh premium ingredients like house-made corn and black bean salsa. Chili's Top Shelf Enchiladas. More life happens here.
When it comes to quality, the Hyundai Elantra passes the test with flying colors. Along with the accent. And the Genesis. A triple crown of quality. The efficiency of the Elantra by Hyundai. Now, get low APR financing on the Elantra, plus $2,000 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com.
Clark is the official mascot of the Chicago Cubs and can be part of your next gathering this offseason. For charity events to birthday parties, Clark is available year-round. Email Clark directly at clark@cubs.com or go to cubs.com/Clark for more information on how to book Clark for your special event. Valleca stays in and plays second. They're hitting for Watkins, and here's the closer. Can't get a save tonight, but he can get a win.
Yeah, boy, he's been so good lately. Gave up a home run the other day in Pittsburgh to Travis Snyder, but he's just given up very little all year. That was only the second home run he's allowed. He got the save in that ball game. It was a 6-3 game. Snyder hit a solo home run. That was all they got. He's not walking anybody.
Offed it out to Soler in right, and he's got it.
Providing a lot of low stress, high leverage innings, you know, pitching out there when the game's on the line, but he's making it look easy.
Zarocco. It's hard on the ground, foul.
Hello.
Oh, those are fun. Power against power.
Zarocco rises up out of that crouch. Tough to get on top of that high fastball.
And Zobrist just beat the Yankees. Bases loaded single in the ninth to win it. Foul again.
Yeah, I think Mesoraco can be beat here with that high fastball. The slider, you know, you might get him to chase, but don't leave it on the plate. That was a little bit dangerous there. Hit hard but foul. A little two-seamer running down and in. Well, didn't get the in part of it. Got the down at 98. Don Stackhouse was a relief pitcher with Baltimore back in the day, and Earl Weaver nicknamed him Full Pack because he claimed he smoked a full pack of cigarettes because Stackhouse made him so nervous when he was out there. Rondon, it's been pretty stress-free here.
The pitch.
Having said that, there goes a one-out walk. Well, didn't Mesoraco get Rondon? Was that grand slam off Hector?
I think it was.
Yeah, one of the 2 home runs he allowed. See where he'd be a little cautious there. You've only given up 2 all year. You remember who got him.
And ball 1 on the rookie Rodriguez. The other one was Travis Snyder 2 nights ago. Pittsburgh.
Snyder, a good fastball hitter, jumped on a 96-mile-an-hour heater that was up. I'm guessing this kid doesn't have the bat speed to get to that. We'll see.
Good to Baez. The jump throw is not in time. Good acrobatic effort by the shortstop.
Up and over goes Baez. He gets plenty on the throw, but Rodriguez got down the line pretty well.
Strike to Bourgeois.
Off the bat, that looked like a double play ball, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Maybe didn't have enough pace, or maybe Valleca could have gotten after it a little bit more aggressively, but the key there is to make sure you don't make a big mistake, being too big of a hurry and boot the ball. Rizzo, Soler, Valbuena scheduled to bat in the bottom of the 9th.
Runner goes. Inside is the pitch. The throw in time. Boy, Castile has had a heck of a second half, throwing out base stealers. He's nailed a couple tonight.
Yeah, it looked like he got a pretty good jump. He didn't have a big lead. Castile nails him. Not even close. Never got to the base.
Loaded with technology, filled with excitement. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Dodge Dart SXT for $149 a month.
Discount Tire wants you to drive safe. Winter tires grip the road better than all-season tires in weather conditions 45 degrees and below. Get a $50 Visa prepaid card on 4 winter tires purchased with your Discount Tire credit card.
It all comes down to this. Danny Walker at the plate. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs.
Come on, Danny, this is it.
Walker digs in.
Really wish I could finish this, but I'm so tired.
Got to get up in a few hours.
Stream your favorite movies with UVerse high-speed internet. With AT&T, the UVerse revolves around you.
Sweet, spicy, savory. Enjoy it all, because Red Lobster's one and only endless shrimp is now. Endless choices, endless variety. Kick it up with our spicy new wood-grilled sriracha shrimp. And it's back, Parmesan-crusted shrimp scampi. The year's largest variety of shrimp flavors. So many to explore. As much as you like, any way you like, endless shrimp is here. But not for long, so hurry in and see food differently.
Sports Talk Live, presented by the all-new Chevy Silverado. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
Welcome back, everybody. Scoreless ball game here with bottom of the ninth coming up. The most popular way to follow the September pennant races is with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Get At Bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com.
So a chance to win it. With just one lousy run. That's it. Wouldn't be anything lousy about it.
Well, you got the right part of the batting order up here.
Villarreal struck out Baez to end the 8th. He will face Anthony Rizzo back in the lineup for the first time in 19 games. He got hurt the day before Jorge Soler's major league debut. Soler on deck, so they're in the same lineup for the very first time. One ball, no strikes. High deep drive to center. Did he get enough of it? He did. Cubs win. Cubs win. 1-0.
Welcome back, Anthony Rizzo. How about that for a return to the lineup?
They got their one lousy run.
And he knew it as soon as he hit it. Took a second to admire it. A nice leisurely trot around the bases. How about that? First day back. Struck out his first 2 plate appearances. Infield single last time. And then this. There's your Ford home run replay. A game winner. A number 31 for Anthony Rizzo.
I was just going to say, you get to this point in the game, JD, with a wind kind of pushing against most fly balls tonight, probably the last thing you should do is try to hit a game-ending home run. I don't think he tried to, but he did.
Just trying to hit the ball hard. Yeah, well, and, you know, with the power that he and Baez and Soler, some of these guys have, they're going to hit it through the wind quite often.
So a 1-0 final. Good start to this final homestand of the season. Our GMC player of the game, the guy who supplied the only run, Anthony Rizzo.
Beautiful swing, head right on it. Big high finish. Back looks good.
Yeah, I think the back's okay. Nicely done tonight, partner. And you still hold part of the record. Good night. Your final score, the Cubs won, the Reds nothing. We're back with you Wednesday night, 7 o'clock here on Comcast Sportsnet. Stay with us. They're getting ready on the field for Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live.
If you had $1 for every $1 car insurance companies say they'll save you by switching, you'd have like a ton of dollars. But how are they saving you those dollars? A lot of companies might answer, or no comment. Then there's Esurance. Born online, raised by technology, and majors in efficiency. So whatever they save, you save. Hassle, time, paperwork, hair tearing out, and yes, especially dollars. Esurance. Insurance for the modern world. Now backed by Allstate. Click or call.
So what we're looking for is a way to plus our accounting firm's mobile plan.
And minus our expenses.
Perfect timing. We're offering our best ever pricing on mobile plans for business.
Run the numbers on that.
Well, unlimited talk and text and 10 gigs of data for the 5 of you would be
$175 a month.
Good calculating, Kyle.
Good job, Kyle.
You just made partner.
Our best ever pricing on mobile share value plans for business. Now with a $100 bill credit for every business line you add.
It's here, Ford's Great American Tailgate Event, featuring America's best-selling brand, leading the way, Ford Fusion, C-Max, Focus, and Escape. Winning starts here, so hurry into Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. Now save on most Ford cars and SUVs with 0% financing for 72 months and pay no interest for 6 years.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Audi, truth in engineering. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
All right, a happy crowd here at Wrigley as the Cubs win in dramatic fashion. 1-0. They knock off the Cincinnati Reds. Captain Holly with you. Post-game live brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And the star of the game, he is Anthony Rizzo. What a way to come back from an injury.
That's right. Hey, Bank, we appreciate that. Don't think we don't either. That could have been a lot worse on us.
Well, what a way. And I'm sure that's about as much fun as you've had in a long time other than what you just did.
I don't either. That was awesome to come back like that. Obviously, to get the win's most important just because we've been scuffling, but that was a lot of fun right there.
Absolutely. Isn't that what it's all about? Even though you're not going to the playoffs, a moment like this when you thought you might end your season with a back injury and you hit a walk-off to win a 1-0 game.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. You know, back felt good. And I just want to come back out here with the boys, with the guys, and finish up strong, finish, you know, what we started from spring training, and just going to the offseason, some momentum.
Two things for me, Anthony. Number one, you missed 18 games. That isn't easy. You came back and you got the biggest hit of the night. You know, you don't have any makeup games. You're not going down to the minor leagues. You don't have anything to get ready. You basically were out for 3 weeks, and you showed up and hit a walk-off home run. Number one, that's quite impressive. And let's talk about the other thing as well, which is important to this team, that you're back out there on the field.
Well, I mean, like I said, I just want to build and be strong and finish what we started. And you know, the first 2 at-bats, I looked like I never played baseball before. I forgot what a changeup was, and give credit to Simone. He's a good pitcher. He's threw well all year. Right. And, you know, he shut us down. The whole pitching staff did, and so did ours. And, you know, to get that hit is nice. It really is.
How about the UPS store? Let's take a look again at the home run UPS store play and player of the game. This is our taking care of business UPS store play of the game. Did you know you got it all or no?
Honestly, here it's cold. You just never know. The center field here, you just never know. And I hit that ball well, but Javi crushed his ball in the first, and it didn't go out. So to center field here, you never know, but it just kept going, and you know, luckily we won this game.
Anthony, despite the losses, yeah, they've been piling up a little bit, and some of this last road trip definitely rough. Coming back, I think, for me, you being back out there, you being the captain of this team right now with the young players being out there, was it important for you to get back out on the field for them?
Well, you know, it's just I play baseball. I'm a baseball player. I've done it my whole life, and I'm not going to sit back. Obviously, with the back, if it was hurting, I'm not going to go out and hurt it more. But when it started feeling fine, we turned a corner, and we turned it quick. And just to be out there with the guys and help them out, and just try to lead the way.
All right, before we let you go so you can get rid of all the shaving cream, this is your second walk-off of the season. Here's the first one back in June, on June the 15th. That one you knew you got all of it.
That one I knew. This one is a little different. Center field here is really tough to get a ball out here. So fresh hands, fresh body. You know, had a couple weeks off on vacation. But it's just nice to get the win.
Before we let you go, the momentum around here, people can feel it. Solaire's here. Baez is here. Castro will be back next season. You're here. There's other guys coming. Chris Bryant's going to be here. Is there that buzz that the fans feel, is that palpable in your clubhouse?
Well, we know we're very young and talented, and it's about letting their talent develop up here in the big leagues. It takes a while. It took a while for me. I'm still learning, and mostly everyone in the big leagues is still learning. So, you know, the faster the guys can get up here and get their learning curve started, the faster, you know, we're going to excel. But there's definitely a mood in the clubhouse that's different, and we feel really good about ourselves.
Thanks for taking time. Congratulations. Welcome back.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Anthony.
There he is, Anthony Rizzo, tonight's UPS store. Player of the game, taking care of business. Play of the game, walk-off home run to beat the Cincinnati Reds 1-0. Take a timeout. It's the postgame show coming up right here from Wrigley.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Come on, Danny, this is it.
Walker digs in.
Whew. Really wish I could finish this, but I'm so tired. Gotta get up in a few hours.
Stream your favorite movies with UVerse high-speed internet. With AT&T, the UVerse revolves around you.
Imagine the luxury of not being here. The power you want with the fuel economy you dream of. Performance with a conscience. This is Volvo, innovating for you.
Unbelievable.
This is awesome.
Come on, really? I knew he was gonna shank it.
I didn't shank it!
Seriously, what are we supposed to do with this? What if I just,
No.
Oh.
Come on, man.
No, don't do that. Sorry. He's really in there. That slime dripping off? It is.
Yep.
That's nice.
Wouldn't it be great if every situation had helpful notes? That's why at Great Clips, we have clip notes. Notes that say exactly what you like. So don't just get a cut, get your hair cut. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long. With no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
All right, Let's take a look at our Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Who's hot and who's not hot? How about Carl Crawford? 600 with 8 RBIs last 7 days. Starling Marte, one of the better young players, a 538 with a home run and 3 knocked in. And Anthony Rendon, the 500 average, couple bombs, 4 knocked in. Who is icy cold? You have got Austin Jackson, the Mariner, and you got Vargas, and you got Dickerson, guys who are scuffling along, struggling over the last 7 days. Kevin Holly back with you on our Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live. Travis Wood, who has had a rough season, was outstanding tonight.
Well, he was aggressive with his fastball, and that's what you wanted to see tonight. Both these guys. Simon was good as well. I mean, Anthony talked about it. It's a cold night out here. Ball's not jumping off the bat. Hard to get it out of the yard. As a matter of fact, I thought that was going to be our lead until Anthony went deep. Through 9 innings, I mean, we had 8 singles, 2 double plays, and 2 caught stealings. We couldn't even steal a base tonight from either side. There wasn't anything going on. And you give credit to the pitching. And what do on a night like tonight? You get aggressive with that fastball. You get aggressive with the cutter. You challenge hitters when you get behind, and you bounce off speed pitches because you don't. You got the fallback that, you know what, when it comes down to it, if I fall behind a hitter, I'm going to go after these guys inside with the fastball. How many broken bats did we hear tonight? Holy cow. It was just a cold night. What Anthony did is special.
Yeah, Javi Baez splintered one of his bats. Absolutely. But Anthony Rizzo steps up and hits the walk-off home run. But that's not the whole story. Soler had a hit tonight. Good to see the first time ever Soler, Baez, Rizzo all in the same lineup.
Well, and that's kind of what I was prying at Anthony about. I wanted to, see if he would get in there. And I know that he's going to play it cool. I mean, he's in there every day with those guys and say, listen, this is, we're turning the page and we're starting to build this thing. But I really did think it was important for him to get back. I understand the back and the angle, and he talks about it personally. I talk about it, what it means for those young players to see him back out there on the field and what he's meant to this team this year and what he means going forward. You've got 2 weeks left of baseball. Anthony's going to hopefully be out there for the remainder, and you get that idea of Baez, Soler, Anthony Rizzo smack dab in the middle of your lineup.
Yep, you start to see what the future might look like here at Wrigley over the next few seasons. Let's talk about our Sports Authority play of the game, and you talk about a guy who laid out full out into the wall. Arismendi Alcantara.
That's my guy. Go get it. That's right. You know what?
I think the nail from the vines stuck him in the hand.
You know what? I'll tell you what. This is what's impressed me about him so far this year. About that catch right there. He was not going to let up until the wall got in the way, and that's what a good outfielder does. Anything that's going to stay on the field to play, he's going to give you everything he's got to catch that ball. And he was going full speed on the warning track and just right there and tried to save himself, but willing to put it on the line and make that catch. Run scores if he doesn't catch that ball.
And let's not forget that this is a kid who was a second baseman most of the season in the minor leagues. They move him to center field because Baez is coming up, and they had some other guys there, and he's learning to play on the fly.
What did I tell you? I mean, I told you when he made that catch, I said, this kid's going to win a Gold Glove one day. If he continues to progress and continues to get everyday reps out there, he's going to win a Gold Glove. I'm convinced of that. His routes are outstanding. His jumps on the ball are very, very good, and he gets to, I mean, really, the only thing I need to see a little bit more of is his throwing. But everything else he does out there is smooth. It's under control. It is playing from his position to the walls, to the gaps, and anything in between. If it's going to stay on the field, I'm going to do everything in my power to catch it.
All right, it's our time for our Subway winning box score, and as the Hall of Famer Marty Brenneman, who's up there in the press box, would say, this one, sorry, Marty, it belongs to the Cubs. Chris Coughlin, a 1 for 4. Javi, an 0 for 4. Anthony Rizzo, a couple of hits and a game-winning walk-off solo jack. 1 for 3 for Soler. A hit for Alcantara, a hit for Logan Watkins. Not a ton of productivity, but you walk home a winner.
Well, you talk about Anthony Rizzo, the multi-hit game. It's kind of interesting. I was sitting up in the press box tonight as we were watching this ball game, and Anthony's first hit that went through the up the middle infield hit, and I thought it was kind of interesting, how momentum gets going and confidence builds in a hitter. And you saw Anthony struck out the first 2 times. He told us, how lost he felt up there. He got that base hit right there. I thought that was going to be a confidence boost. It was actually an error at first. Everybody started lobbying up there in the press box for him to get a base hit on that play, in which the second baseman went to the backhand.
And they changed it.
But it's interesting. You kind of got a little glimpse into the psyche of the hitter. What's he do his next time up there? His 4th at bat, we got the game winner.
All right, let's hear from Ricky Renteria, Cubs manager, brought to you by Xfinity.
Oh, no, that was good for us. Both
I thought both guys obviously did a very nice job. Kept both sides to total containment, obviously up until that point. But yeah, he put a good swing on a pitch that they left out. Was able to drive it out of the ballpark.
All right, we got to take a break. Quick shot out our guys at Engine 78 right out here on Waveland. Holly and I had dinner with those guys tonight. Thank you for being such great Cub fans and for what you do for our city. Be right back.
Renew the color of your home with Pittsburgh Paints, a remarkable paint at an incredible value. Ultra Exterior is a paint and primer in one. A gallon of flat is $19.96. Other sizes and finishes are also on sale. Protect and enhance the appearance of your exposed basement walls with Styro foundation panels. These easy-to-install panels can reduce your heating costs up to 22%. Available in 2 colors, a 1-inch thick 2x4 foot panel is just $9.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, I fix my heart and my broken bones. If I can't stand up on my own, don't make me stand alone. Lift me up so I can see the light. For when the sun goes down, I will lay in your arms tonight. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Your heart's been repaid.
The performance review, that corporate trial by fire when every slacker gets his due. And yet, there's someone around the office who hasn't had a performance review in a while. Someone whose poor performance is slowing down the entire organization. I'm looking at you, phone company DSL.
Go to ComcastBusiness.com/check-your-speed. If we can't offer faster speeds or save you money, we'll give you $150. Comcast Business. Built for business.
Why must we wear these blindfolds, Master?
Fulfilling one's hunger at Steak and Shake requires heightened senses. The scent of handcrafted steak burgers, quick seared on the grill, singing in harmony with delicious hand-dipped milkshakes.
Found it!
Come in for a handcrafted steak burger and milkshake at Steak and Shake.
When you get a Honda Accord, you get more than just a car. You get a soundtrack for your morning commute, a better view of your surroundings, a way to stay connected while staying on track. And you're getting Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for a great price. So start something special at the Accord clearance event, where well-qualified customers can lease a 2014 Accord at $189 a month. Now at your Honda dealer.
Time for our Blue Cross Blue Shield Keys to the Game recap. Here's the man who writes those keys, Todd Hollingsworth.
Well, I was talking a little offensive approach more than anything today. Wasn't a whole lot of offense to talk about. Early and often, Cubs hitters looking to be aggressive early against Simon. Honestly, you got to give the credit to Simon. Both these guys, he and Travis Wood, both outstanding efforts. Aggressive with that fastball on a cold, chilly night here at the Confines. So tip your hats to the pitchers. Early and often did not work out. Middle innings, well, Anthony Rizzo, he got it done against those middle relievers I was talking about. So, yeah, I'll take credit for that. It wasn't a Aroldis Chapman, but good enough. And the Confines, listen, defending your own turf. I mean, we're talking about the dynamic duo, Soler being back, Rizzo being back as well. They produced here at the Confines. We're a 500 team, by the way. Did you know that? 36-36 on the season.
Yep, Cubs playing much better baseball here at the friendly Confines, and you start to look toward next year thinking Chris Bryant's going to be here at some point, whether that's opening day, May 1st, April 24th, whatever it is. Addison Russell's not far, and you start to think maybe, just maybe, you can make that big jump and win, get to 500 and then think where you go after that.
Well, that would be for the season. One thing that I wanted to see this year was defending the home turf, Wrigley Field, and that's happened. Very, very impressive this year at home. It plays to your fan base. That's step one. Step two, like you said, is getting to 500. Let's watch what the rest of the National League Central does. I think 2015 can happen.
All right, I will see you on Wednesday.
Sounds good.
All right, for Todd Hollingsworth, our great crew out here, I'm David Kaplan. Cubs win 1-0 on a walk-off by that guy, Anthony Rizzo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
Hey, hey,
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.